cold snap in the capital exposes how budget cuts have left the government unprepared for the unexpected. And while the president's away on yet another of his foreign trips, senators vote themselves another massive pay rise. Welcome to A Bloke in Buenos Aires with news and views in English from the capital of Argentina. Don't forget to like, subscribe and leave a comment. It looks like being a cold winter, the coldest since 1980 according to the TV, and the last couple of weeks have seen daytime temperatures as low as 8 degrees, and it's still only autumn. We don't usually see this kind of cold until late July or early August. Demand for gas for residential heating and industry has spiked to almost double expected for this time of year, and the country simply isn't in a position to cope with the extra demand. The government had to prioritise domestic use over industry and power stations, which led to a crisis on Tuesday. But unlike under previous governments, this emergency didn't cause any power outages and went pretty much unnoticed by the ordinary citizens, at least here in Buenos Aires. But some 150 industrial companies were hit by the shortages, and it cost the government a considerable amount of precious dollars to get emergency gas supplies from Brazil, dollars which were otherwise earmarked for an intended budget surplus. The situation was compounded by an administrative error in a letter of credit, leading to a late delivery of gas from the Brazilian company Petrobras. The President and his Finance Minister Luis Caputo often seem to have a very narrow view when it comes to their ideas of austerity and saving money. They don't appear to see or care about the secondary or tertiary effects of their cuts. Back in December, all public work projects, including those near completion, were halted pending auditing. The reasons for this were twofold: to save money and also to identify any corruption and so-called ghost projects. However, the auditing process has been glacially slow, leading to a lot of people out of work and many essential infrastructure projects unfinished. One of these projects is the Néstor pipeline. In the south of Argentina, there are large gas fields known as Vaca Muerta, or Dead Cow. The Néstor pipeline is a project to transport large amounts of gas from this part of the country and to eventually make Argentina self-sufficient or even a net exporter of gas. The project, despite much of it being almost completed, was put on hold in December. If the project had been completed on time, much of the current shortfall could have been avoided. But even if construction restarted now, the largest parts of the pipeline won't be completed until September, when the greatest demand for gas will have already passed. The cost of importing extra gas to cover the shortfall due to the high demand in the current cold spell has more than doubled to $500 million, and all because of trying to save $40 million in construction costs back in December. Taking away the subsidies earlier in the year from energy and gas was primarily to save money for the government, but should also act to reduce demand for gas in the winter. Don't turn up the heating, just put on another sweater. But for some, a little extra on their household bills shouldn't be too much of a headache. Senators have voted themselves and all congressional workers another pay rise. This is the third or fourth? I'm beginning to lose count. Anyway, at least the third salary increase since the start of the year. Previous increases have been heavily and quite rightly criticised by the President, and even vetoed once. But while the cat's away, the mice will play. So since President Milei is out of town on a USA trip, the senators thought they'd take the chance to slip another one through. Since the start of the year, the average senator's pay has gone from a little below 2 million pesos up to 8 million pesos starting next month, well ahead of current inflation. This is more than 20 times the current average monthly salary in Argentina. Thanks for watching. If you like this latest video, please give it a like. And if you're not already subscribed but want to see more content like this, just click on the button. If you want to support the channel, you can buy me a coffee in the link below. And until next time, que tengas un buen día.